Some people are gonna hate hearing this, but the truth is, depression doesn't always look like crying in your room all day. Sometimes it looks like laying in your bed scrolling TikToks for 5 hours straight. Sometimes it's laughing with your friends, then going home feeling empty again. And sometimes it's waking up already tired before the day even starts. If that's been you lately, this video might genuinely help you. A lot of people think that depression is just being sad, but it's not like that at all. Sadness comes and goes, but depression feels like your entire brain got put on low battery mode. Everything feels heavier, talking to people feels exhausting. Simple things like even showering and cleaning your room or replying to a person's text suddenly feels like side quests from hell. And the worst part is, after a while, you start thinking that this is just who you are now. You start saying stuff like, oh, this is just normal life, or oh, this is just my personality. But most of the time it's not. Your brain is just stuck in survival mode for so long that you don't even notice the difference now. And listen, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like there's some magical 5-step cure to depression, because life doesn't work like that. But I will say this. Most people stay trapped in depression because they accidentally build a lifestyle that feeds into depression every single day without realizing it. Think about it. You sleep at 3 a.m. You wake up tired. You scroll your phone instantly. You have no sunlight, no movement, no goals, no excitement, no purpose. Just junk food, constantly comparing yourself to others. Then you wonder why your brain feels terrible. That's like pouring water into a sinking boat and being confused why it's still sinking. One of the biggest things that helped me mentally was realizing that motivation comes after action and not before it. This is where most people get destroyed. They sit there waiting to feel motivated to fix their life. Like bro, the feeling almost never comes first. Your brain wants proof before you give it energy. You have to move your body first and then the motivation comes after. And I know that sounds annoying because when you're depressed, even getting out of bed feels hard. But that's why you gotta stop thinking in a giant life-changing move and focus on tiny wins instead. Because tiny wins add up throughout the days and make you feel so much better compared to just chasing after big highs. But the thing is, you don't notice how much those small wins are adding up until you look back at your life in a year. Make your bed, go outside for 10 minutes every day, clean one part of your room every day, start hitting the gym, take cold showers. It all sounds basic, but depression loves chaos. Small routines slowly pull your brain out of that chaos. I remember there was one point where my sleep schedule was completely cooked. I'd stay up all night watching random videos, wake up at like 2 p.m., eat garbage food and feel horrible every single day. And the scary part was, I got comfortable there. That just became my normal life and I didn't think much of it. And that's what happens when you stay in that lifestyle for a while. You stop trying because your brain convinces you that this is just normal. But one small thing changed everything. I started going on walks. It's not some anime training arc, not waking up at 5 a.m. like David Goggins, not meditating on some mountain, just simple walks. And at first it felt pointless, like nothing was happening. But after a week, my head felt quieter. After 2 weeks, I had more energy. Then suddenly I started fixing other things in my life too. Better sleep, better eating, more confidence, more motivation. The momentum that adds up throughout the weeks is real. Your life can also spiral downward, but it can also spiral up too with little wins. Another thing nobody talks about enough is isolation. Depression wants you alone. It wants you alone in your room. It wants you ignoring people's messages. It wants you to cancel plans. It wants you disconnected from everybody. And yeah, alone time feels comfortable sometimes, but humans aren't built to be isolated all the time. Your brain starts turning against you when you spend too much time trapped in your own thoughts. That's why being around people helps a lot more than you think. Go to the gym, go study somewhere, talk to friends, sit with family. Even being in public helps sometimes. You don't gotta become some ultra extrovert overnight. Just stop letting your room become your entire universe. And another brutal truth is that your phone is probably making it a lot worse. I know nobody wants to hear that because we're all addicted to the phone nowadays, but seriously think about it. You wake up and instantly absorb negativity from the phone. Bad news, arguments, brain rotting. Your brain keeps comparing your normal everyday life to someone else's highlight reel. No wonder people feel miserable now. Sometimes the best thing you can do is put your phone down and actually live your own life for a bit. Go outside, listen to music, lift weights, learn something, make money, build a skill, talk to real humans. Because depression gets stronger when your life has zero momentum. And look, I know some people watching this have actual serious depression, not just a rough week. Real deep depression. This is the kind where even existing feels exhausting. And if that's you, I seriously think talking to somebody can help. A friend, a family member, a therapist, just anybody. A lot of dudes think opening up makes them weak, but bottling everything up for years isn't gonna work either. You don't gotta carry everything alone like some movie character. But at the same time, don't fully hand your life over to depression either. Because if you constantly identify with it and think it's normal, you start building your entire personality and life around being miserable. You start saying, this is just who I am, I'll never change. And that mindset becomes a prison for the rest of your life. Your brain listens to what you repeatedly tell it. That's why you gotta start acting like somebody who's trying to actually improve, even before you fully improve your life. And honestly, one of the biggest cures for depression is purpose. Not fake motivation, not dopamine, but real purpose. Having something that makes you want to wake up every day and think, yeah, I'm gonna get to this. It could be the gym, it could be content creation, it could be school, business, whatever. People mentally fall apart when they have literally no purpose and they're going nowhere in life. You need something to chase every morning because humans are way stronger when they actually have a direction. At the end of the day, breaking out of depression usually doesn't happen in one giant moment. It happens through small decisions repeated over and over again. One little better habit, one better morning, one better choice, and one better day. Then eventually, you look back at your life after a year and realize that you're not the same person anymore. And trust me, even if life feels horrible right now, your current situation isn't your final form. People recover, people rebuild themselves, people come back stronger all the time. But it starts with you deciding that you actually want to fight for your life again instead of mentally giving up. Because deep down, I think a lot of people watching this still have some hope, even if it's tiny. And honestly, that tiny little bit of hope is your sign that you need to start taking control of your life again.